Well, hello there, my dear children of the apocalypse. How are we doing today? Welcome back to our 52 weeks of self-improvement, and welcome to a video about how to get your voice to just go lower and lower and lower. Become manlier, become easier to listen to, and in general, become way more comfortable for you as an individual. Obviously, you know that my YouTube journey, when it began, didn't include this voice, that this voice clearly was something I picked up along the way. In my video on testosterone, I got a comment from an individual who asked just this: how do I get my voice to be lower? Now, obviously, the testosterone itself will play a significant role. A lot of it will also be your genetics, but I think everything is in the head. One of the tricks that I used to do is, in fact, first and foremost, and I've said this before, right? You are the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So if you're consuming content, consume content from men that have an extremely low voice. Try to imitate them. Morgan Freeman, Batman, whoever you're going to pick up, pick people who have low voices, which you would like to have. And then try it out. Record yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror when you're talking. See how you are speaking. Because when I want to speak low, I'm speaking from in here. I can feel a lot of vibration in, where the vocal cords are, but also you're bringing a lot of that from your stomach. In fact, your stomach is what's bringing up this. I don't want to say manliness, but it is. A low voice in a man is inherently very manly, and that's perhaps why the guy commented on a video about testosterone, because these two things are extremely correlated. You'll also notice that the lower I go, the slower I speak. There's no point in trying to speak very quickly when you're trying to be a low voice, because you can't. The faster I tend to speak, the higher the voice tends to go. So automatically, by just slowing it down, I give myself the ability to get back into that smooth rhythm, the smooth voice. And this voice travels far. This voice has a lot of power in it. When a person speaks in this voice, I think it makes it way more likely that we're going to listen to this individual and, and hear what he says and do what he wanted to do. As opposed to a voice that's very much up here, and it's very quick and it's very fast and nobody cares about it. So we just bring it down. We bring it and bring it and bring it as low as we possibly can. Now, obviously, I'm not a vocal coach. I'm not a vocal expert. I'm not a doctor. I don't really know how any of this works, but I do believe that it's all in the head, and if you can, slowly with practice, inch by inch, incrementally, with baby moves, you can get to there. You can get to this voice just as easily as I did. Obviously, it took me years, and it might take you decades, but you can get there. And it's the belief, the knowledge that you will, that you can, that it can be done, that it will be done, that it must be done perhaps, that will give you more drive than saying perhaps, or if, or maybe, or could. So if you're one of those people who have a high-pitched voice and you want to bring it down, and you want to bring yourself a little bit of manlyhood essentially through your voice, then let's start today by first believing it can be done. And let's start tomorrow by finding the people that actually inspire you, the people that motivate you, the people that you idolize. And then the third day, we're just going to start by attempting to imitate them, by attempting to bring your voice to their level. Listen and sing along to music that has a low-pitched voice. For me, that was Rammstein. Till Lindemann, the frontman of Rammstein, has one of the most incredible low voices I've ever heard in my entire life. So for me, he has been a huge inspiration. And if I'm sitting in the car and I'm blasting any of their songs and singing along, I inherently have to bring my voice significantly lower to be able to sing the way he sings. And that is motivation. It's a supreme drive, a force within your body to try to bring your voice the level that your idol has. So I really don't think it has to be difficult. It's all about your mindset, it's about the person you're going to be imitating, and then it's about the work you're going to put into it. And I think you very well might be able to see changes within a couple of weeks, purely from just this repetition, purely from having the pattern develop in your head, and developing this sort of confidence that it can be done and it will be done. And if you're still struggling after that, then perhaps get your testosterone checked out. Think about the current age. If you're still early adolescence, then your vocal cords, your body, you're still mutating, you're still developing. It could take years before your body even allows you to go a significant level of depth. But think of your voice, your vocal cords, your ability to produce lower sounds through a matter of development. Perhaps you want the opposite. Perhaps you want your voice to be even higher. Perhaps you want to have a very high-pitched, voice. It can be done, but you're going to have to work on stretching out the response that you have, the ratio. Freddie Mercury was one of those singers that just had a massive range of vocal ability. And I think a lot of that was genetic. A lot of that was just who he was as a person. But I think a huge portion was still his ability to practice, because he had to go all the way to the top and all the way to the bottom and do that several times, probably per day, for weeks and weeks and months and years on end to get to where he was, to become one of the greatest singers of all time, create one of the greatest songs of all time, and really write himself into the history books for all eternity. Now, obviously, not all of us want to be Freddie Mercury. Not all of us want to sound like Morgan Freeman or David Attenborough or imitate the next Batman or sing like Till Lindemann. But I think what we can do is take one small and incremental step towards bringing your voice lower and bringing it closer to the person that you're trying to convey information to. Because it works whether it's in business, in the work world, in your love dynamic, in dating, in telling a story. Really, you want your voice to be a voice you feel comfortable in. So start working on it today, and it will start to pay dividends very, very shortly. Take care, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye, lads.